On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Men alone aren't valuable until they meet the man that they are supposed to be with. Then she is valuable. So as a child, she has not met a mate yet. So therefore, that child is not valuable until she's attached or connected to a male. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Mr. Lego.
No,
Why
I'm just saying, is that what you logic?
Oh, y'all gotta do one at a time, y'all.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Lego. Why have historically, before a woman has even been given over to whoever it is that the wifer, let's just say medieval times, how come there were men that came from far and wide to compete for that specific woman?
Because of her daddy.
So that she had value before she even was married to the dude that she was with, then, right?
She was connected to her, depending keyword.
Wait, you said she didn't have value until
daddy was. So in other
she
words,
didn't have value until she became a wife.
Are women born? Are women born with value?
Yeah. I think all women are born with value.
Why is that?
Women have the ability to perform miracles in their womb, and that's just something that other genders aren't able to do, and that's inherently valuable to the species. So, yeah.
But turtles can also do that.
I said to the species. What species are we? Are you a turtle?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to make that known. Turtles. Shout out to the turtles.
I like turtles.
Shout out to the turtles. Okay.
I was gonna ask, can we quantify the word miracle? Because if your body is designed to do it, is it a miracle?
It's not a miracle.
For example, like if your body is designed to walk, right? Let me hold on, nigga. I'm not finna do this cutting over people's shit today. I'm gonna ask my question. I'm gonna duck out, right? So and it's a legit question. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm not trying to be whatever. If your body is designed to do that specific thing, right? Is it actually a miracle? My body was created to walk and breathe and dig boogers out my nose. Is all that shit a miracle? I'm just asking.
In Caleb's dictionary, yes, it is.
He's asking for a friend because I don't really think it's an actual miracle. It's a biological. It's something that every mammal, insect, bird, and fish does. So I don't think it's a miracle.
Yeah. But if you
the problem with the conversation,
wait, hold up. If you was to have a turtle out of your pussy, then it would be a miracle.
Yes, I agree. Shout out to the turtles. Exactly.
The problem with the conversation right now is that people get too literal in order to, like, they're not taking a figurative way in which she described it in order to illustrate a point. The point that she's saying is that they're unique and that they can do that with men when men can't. Right? Everybody on this earth is unique in certain things and certain ways in which they can perform certain things that other people can't. And so the nuance is that women are, as a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and answer the question. I think that women in a general sense are more valuable the less used they are. Men gain value as they get older. Women inherently have more value and are more able to be groomed to be as valuable as they can possibly be at a younger age. It's much easier to reach a woman just even society as a whole, right? The idea of it is that the less bodies, for example, that a woman has, the more valuable she is to most men, right? And so the more easily she can be groomed, the more likely she is to be a great wife and mother because she doesn't have that imprint or that impression of all of the different guys that she slept with, prior to her husband, right? So I think women's inherent value a lot of times, and you can see it in society, people value women much earlier than they value men. Men have to show value. They have to go through things. They have to suffer. They have to become men. They have to go through rites of passage. They have to prove themselves. They have to show themselves worthy of being a husband and being able to take on a family and all of these different things, right? So men's value come later in life, and it has to be proven. And just because you a guy doesn't mean that just because you're getting older that you become more valuable. You can become more dusty, right? And so I think men's value is to be seen, but women's inherent value, a lot of times, especially the younger that they are, as they continue to mature into, womanhood, is a lot different than men's in that way.
Yeah, but to answer the question though, are women born with value? No, they're not. Men and women have no value when they're born. Actually, they gain value over time. So besides to your parents and the people that actually give a fuck about you, and then you still don't have no value, you gain value over time. By you learning and experience things in life, you gain value because now you can be able to actually produce things in the world. But what the hell is a newborn baby? What do they value? I mean,
but the less experience that you have for women, the more valuable you are to men. So it completely contradicts what you're saying.
A 2-day-old little girl, what value do she hold to the world?
Because she can be groomed into being whatever it is that you want her to be. No. Let me answer your question.
Read the question.
Let me answer your question.
You said here specifically, you know what I'm saying? Are they born with value or do they get value over time? I agree.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. As a matter of fact, if I have 100 little kids to where I can make them 100 little girls to where I can groom them and make them out to be what I want them to be versus 130-year-old women, I'm going to take the kids because I can make them out to be a fucking legendary army of great women that can marry great men. Their value is much greater as they are younger because you can groom them and make them out to be what you want them to be.
But they
absolutely. And as a matter of fact, you spoke in a contradictory way because we all know that the less experience that women have, the more valuable they are to men.
Are women born with?
Yes. The answer is yes.
No,
first of all, every human being on earth is born with value.
They have no value. The reason they have no value is because they're not valuable. Really? You invested into just stop. You invested into them, and then they will gain value over time. That's all I'm saying.
Logic, do you think a woman has less value? She's less valuable the more bodies she has on her?
But
her values,
if he said, are women valuable, right? That'll be a different question.
I'm just asking a different question. No, I'm asking a different question.
Well, maybe I'm trying to answer the question, so I can answer your question.
Okay. Let me help Logic out real quick.
Wait, let him answer my question. He
said he was going to answer a different question.
Hold on, let me help Logic out real quick. I think what Logic is saying, you let me know if I'm wrong, is women alone aren't valuable until they meet the man that they are supposed to be with. Then she is valuable. So as a child, she has not met a mate yet. So therefore, that child is not valuable until she's attached or connected to a male. Is that what you're saying?
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Lego.
No,
y'all gotta do one at a time, y'all.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Lego. Why have historically, before a woman has even been given over to whoever it is that their wifer, let's just say medieval times, how come there were men that came from far and wide to compete for that specific woman?
Because of her daddy.
So that she had value before she even was married to the dude that she was with, then, right?
She was connected to her, depending keyword.
Wait, you said she didn't have value until
daddy was. So in other words,
have value until she became a wife.